Hi, this is Link. How you doing? Thank you for watching my video here. I'm going to talk about accusing people of having spirits. You know, usually you hear this among certain types of charismatics who kind of like to focus a lot on problems coming from demon spirits. And I'm not against the idea that a problem may come from demon spirits. And Jesus actually cast us, or he healed a woman who had a spirit of infirmity, and he would cast demons out of people who had demons. And the devil is at work behind the scenes. He can tempt people to sin. There are these flaming arrows of the wicked one, which I believe are associated with thoughts that can come into people's minds, perhaps among other things as well. So, the devil's at work through people. But I know some people who say, for example, if a guy gets angry, they'll say, ooh, he has a spirit of anger. Or just whatever. Though somebody has a problem, oh, he has a spirit of bad breath. Well, usually you don't hear that, but actually there was one book that talked about bad breath potentially coming from a demon spirit, and just everything was this evil spirit. This is an evil spirit. That's an evil spirit. Um, but the Bible tells us not to slander. And if you tell people, oh, that guy has a spirit of anger, or he has a spirit of this, or he has a spirit of that, and he doesn't have it, aren't you potentially slandering the person? If you say somebody has a Jezebel spirit and they don't have a spirit that's called Jezebel, and they don't have the ghost of Jezebel, the dead queen of Canaanite queen, isn't that slandering? And you know, it's really possible to create to have somebody stigmatized and ostracized just based on an accusation. Oh, and that's one of my, if somebody sins against you, you're supposed to go confront them with their sin one on one, and then if they won't listen, you take witnesses with you, and if they won't listen, you take them to the church. But one of my concerns is when the accusation is not a sin, it's you got a spirit of this or you've got a spirit of that, or something vague like, well, even you've got pride, or you've got unbelief, or you've got one of these problems. There are no specifics. Somebody wants to accuse you or rebuke you, and they don't have any specifics to point it to. And we're supposed to rebuke people who sin, but you need to have something to rebuke them for besides a vague opinion of the person. So anyway, that can create division. Talking about people saying, "Oh, stay away from that person. They have a spirit of Jezebel, or they have a spirit of make up some bad problem that sounds really bad." Yeah, so please just keep that in mind if you're one of those types of people who like to call everything a spirit. And I know one person says spirit of this, and they mean it's a spiritual problem, a spiritual condition. Another person says a spirit of this or that, and they mean it's a demon. And then there's a bit of the confusion over the lingo, even among people who use this kind of language. Um, what I know is that First John talks about three problems that we face: the world, the flesh, and the devil. Those are three things. It's not everything is the devil, the devil, the devil. Even if you cast out a devil, or there's a problem with some kind of evil spirit, there's also the influence of the world. There's other people, and then there's that person's flesh. And if you cast all the evil spirits out of a person, that person still has their flesh, and they can choose to yield to the lust of the flesh and make provision for the lust thereof. So yeah, it's not all about just casting out demons. It's not all about getting rid of the evil spirit of this and the spirit of that. Although we know that the devil and devils can tempt through the weaknesses of the flesh, and that's what the devil tried to do to Christ as well, with hunger and power, and he tried to tempt him with things in the world and natural things as well. For him to do things that were inappropriate. Anyway, just think about that. Try not to slander people by throwing around spiritual sounding terminology when you don't have something from the Holy Spirit, when you don't have revelation, when you don't have some discernment from the Spirit. That's my advice. Don't just get caught up on the bandwagon of whatever everybody else is saying. Really think about what you say. We'll give account of our words on the day of judgment. God bless you.